Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, let's thank Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala who always give us help, blessing, and salvation so that we can be here without any trouble. Secondly, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Ibtisam Ulima Zada and I am from Farmasi Akademi of Surabaya. In this occasion, I would like to deliver my speech entitled Inventing Your Learning Style in the Digital Era. Well, when we think about digital stuff, the first word crossing my mind is technology. And when we talk about technology, everyone must agree that it develops from time to time. It's getting more and more sophisticated. And it affects a sector of human life. Everything is being online these days, including school. Moreover, the COVID-19 outbreaks forces the online school to happen. So, before going further on my speech, let me share a little story about my experience of doing online school during the COVID-19 pandemic. Just like doing the offline school, I prepare myself for the online school as usual. Waking up in the morning, taking a shower, having a breakfast, and the next step is supposed to be going to school by bicycle or on foot. But for online school, I have to stand back in front of my laptop, listen to the lecture, and do a bunch of assignments. At first time, I was so bored, as what I did was just staring at my computer screen and getting very sleepy eventually. As the lecturing is ongoing, I saw some of my friends turning off their camera so that the lecturer wouldn't be able to see them. And I began to think, if that is the case, we do not actually need to take a shower in the morning, we don't need to take a dress up to school, and even we don't need to stand by in front of my computer. As we can still attend the class while doing other things, like playing a game, for example, or watching my favorite Korean drama, or even sleeping. It sounds interesting. Does it? Why? Because online school makes us really easy to skip the class. But I got other questions. Like, what will I get when I skip the class? How do I understand the lecture? And what I am going to be when I graduate if I do those bad things? And I began to think and think and think. And finally, I decided not to do that. I stayed on track and found many new experiences that I never had before, especially about the use of technology in teaching and learning. Days by days, I realized that online school is actually beneficial for the student, in a good way of course. And the first point, online school is easy and cheap. As I said before, online school is easy. Easy to skip the class, or even easy to cheat during the exam. However, those are the bad things that we need to avoid in order to make the most of the online school. We all know that during the online school, we've been introduced to many tools that enable us to go to school without literally going to school. Zoom, Google Meeting, Skype, Microsoft Teams, Google Classroom, Canvas, Edmodo, and still many others. Before the online school, we don't even know that some of these digital applications exist in this world. With this application, we do not need to go out of our house and not to pay for transportation fee. And the second point, in online school, everything could be well documented. You can record the lecture so that you can replay it in case you miss the lecture explanation. Also, most of the learning material, such as PowerPoint, Word file, videos, pictures, we share digitally. Thus, we can save this important document online. By saving them online, we save more paper. And the third point, online learning exposes us to unlimited learning sources, especially when doing a presentation. We got a question from our friends, but unfortunately, we are stuck. We can easily Google it and find some ideas that might help us to answer the question. And the last point, online school is challenging. Why? Because online school forces every individual involved in it to move forward to the digital era. It opened our eyes to many technology innovation that we never know before. A simple example is the use of Google Form. Some people might not even know what Google Form is before the online school. But how? But now, everyone knows. So, To sum up, technology transformed our education through online school. There is change in the pattern of face-to-face interpersonal communication to the era digital communication. Of course, there are advantages as well as disadvantages. The advantages are time efficiency and also the flexibility of communication condition. While the drawback is the communication that is built it's less directed. However, this change allows us to step forward a little faster to the digital era. So, in the new era, we absolutely need a new learning style as well. Most importantly, we need a new mindset about not taking advantage of convenience that we get from technology for doing bad things, especially in the context of online school. With this mindset, I believe that we can get some benefit as we got from the offline school. Well, so I think that is all my speech. Thank you very much for listening. I hope it can be useful for all of us. Let me finish by thanking all of commenters who have made this event happen. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.